Krishna then intellectually gave the reasons. Then why should we worship Indra? Of course he's a worshipable devata, he's doing a good job, all those things are there. But have you seen him showering rains in any deserts? Why there are not steady rains in deserts or some other places? Why here? Because there is Govardhan mountain. Wherever it's a mountainous region, that's where they shower. And so ultimately it is because of Govardhan. Because Govardhan is there, you are getting rains. Because Govardhan is there, you are getting all this vegetation. Because of Govardhan, you are able to do so many things. And so on, he keeps on giving reasons. Now, if Krishna decides to convince someone, how can you not be convinced? It's not possible, right? It's fundamentally not possible. It's not that you listen to a cute child. It's not something like that. It's just not possible. If he decides to convince you, it's not possible. One of the verses of the Gita which I find fascinating and which I understood was by my one mistake which I did, but during when I was also going for initial days going satsang program. You know, there is this verse where Krishna says, among the cheats, I am the great gambler. So I would never understand the beauty of that statement. Among the cheats, I am the great gambler. How many of you have gone to Vegas or played poker or something like that? Okay, you have? कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, कोई कुछ बोलेगा. What happens here stays here. ऐसे कुछ वेगस का वर्ड है. All secret. Who is a gambler? That experience I got in Mumbai. There used to, I don't know if it's there now. I think it is there. There used to be a place called Fashion Street. आपको पता होगा, BT station. So all the best or the latest fashion for those who have less money आपको मिल जाएगा. 100 rupees jeans, 50 rupees t-shirt, 100 rupees t-shirt, and it looks good for about month or 5 or 6-7 baar you can wear it. It's a very low quality, but so it was a very famous thing. We all used to go to that Fashion Street and buy some things. So in one of the lanes there, one time I saw a man sitting with a box, and there is a game called 3-card Monte basically. 3 patte lete hain, and they will have 2 aces and 1 queen. And that's okay, see, this is 1 ace, second ace, and this is the queen. Now you have to tell where is the queen, so he'll keep shuffling here and there. And then you put money. So first time he shuffles in such a way that you can see the queen, oh, queen has gone here. You know that, you must have seen some reels. They do it so nicely that you can make out, oh, the queen is here. And I first saw the game, as soon as I got, there were another 5-6 people who were also watching the game. And we all said, oh, queen is there, queen is there, queen is there. And he opened and it was the queen. There was only one guy who had put 100 rupees there. He got 200 rupees. My mind thought, my goodness, how much struggle I have done to convince my parents for 500 rupees. Here I could find the queen so easily. Let the second round happen. I will put money. I'll make. The second round happened. Queen, 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 everyone, queen. And we put the money. Everyone doubled their money. All those 5-6 people. I put 100 because first time you don't have that confidence. 100 or 200 or so everybody got. Some got to 400, some made 100, 50, double. The confidence was now skyrocketing. Then I thought, now I'm going to go full on. 500 रुपया था, हो गया 600. So the third round happened, and I put 600 rupees on the queen. Everyone put money, I also put, and the card opened, and it was an ace. हमारा सबका पैसा गया. वहाँ पे you should have seen the face of everyone. And then I was like, अरे अभी तो मतलब घर पे बोलेंगे क्या क्या लेके आया गया कहाँ पैसा कुछ तो लाया. If I get one thing and I say it is 500 rupees, that's also good, but I need to get something. How will I get? We were so, पैसे का source ही नहीं था. So then that card kept going, and then one of the guys said, no, show me, you made some mistake, let me see. So he took the ace in front of me, and he bended that card, the queen, and he bended that card. And he made the third round happen. So the next round happened. In the next round, he put the money on the folded card at one end, very tiny fold, which we all could know. And he did it in a way showing me. Because card ठीक है ऐसे ही किया. तो मुझे लगा ये तो best है. I thought that this guy is cheating that fellow. Now, I had about 70 rupees just left for traveling, not the main purchase. The next round I put those 70 rupees on the folded card. Again it turned out to be ace. And I was thinking, where's that folded card gone? And Prabhu, it was happening right in front of my eyes, so clearly. And these people don't even cover the hands, they just do fingers. So it makes it more convincing to you the way they mix things. Now I had lost everything. So now the person said, okay, never mind, you lost it. You just tell which card it is. If it comes, we'll pay money. So then he said, okay, should we put 500 on this card? I said, क्योंकि देना तो कुछ था ही नहीं. 5 lakh डाल दो क्या? So I put 500 virtual, the first virtual Bitcoin. So when I put 500, that became 1,000 immediately. So he said, okay, I can give you 1,000 now. So I said, okay, give me. He said, no, but first you have to give me 500. Because 1,000 rupees is the payment against 500. If you cannot pay 500, I cannot give you 1,000. I am not going to give you even the extra 500. Anyways, it was a disappointing experience for me. 2 weeks ago, I had heard in that lecture satsang that amongst the cheat, I am the great gambler. वो श्लोक मुझे अंत में याद आया सब बर्बाद होने के बाद. Then I started, that's when I understood what a gambler is. Gambler is a person who convinces you that you are winning where you are designed to lose. I found out later that all those 5 people were part of the same team. क्यों? क्योंकि after 3 weeks I went to Fashion Street and it was the exact same group of people. और उनके बीच में और एक बेचारा. So all of them were just playing. It was a full setting. Street side. Now same thing happened in different ways. It must have advanced. But the point is, when a gambler wants to convince you, he can do it so easily. That is that word. So if at all you have this thing in this mind that somehow you will trick Krishna by doing pseudo devotional service and get all blessings, and possible. You are dealing with that guy who is a great gambler. He says, amongst the greatest of all cheats, I am that great gambler. That word now terrifies me. बाप रे, कभी भी भक्तों ने ये ध्यान में छल कपट अपने हृदय में रहेगा ना तो खत्म हो जाएगा. Possible नहीं. By design it is not possible because he's declared it. He's not declared himself to be some other avatar who is going to ignore that. Like you can gamble with Ram because he functions in a maryada, right? So it was a clear gamble of the Dashrath and Kaikai episode. He followed it. You do that with Krishna, you are going to hurt us. He can convince anything. So when Krishna decides to convince you about something, there is no chance, there is no choice, no ability of your intelligence to think otherwise. So he convinced that it is Govardhan only because of which we are getting everything, and therefore we should worship. His target was multifold. he wanted to introduce a kind of a bhakti process to this world through the worship of Govardhan. Also at that time, Indra, who is considered to be a very nice devotee who does so many services on behalf of Krishna, who had developed this false pride that I am the great organizer of resources for this town or the city, or rather for the world. Like when you are an organizer of a program and people listen to you and on your call they make 5 items, 6 items, like for Elizabeth, and then everything is just done and you feel, see my power. I can just say 10 devotees. Indra started feeling that I am the organizer of resources, organizer of payments, the facilitator. He was thinking like that. Krishna was thinking, he is such a nice devotee, but if this kind of mentality comes into him, that will take him away from the true joy of experience of prema. That's not good for him. So Krishna also wanted to target Indra. He wanted to bring his ego down. So well, this episode happened. Then there was this, everybody started worshipping Govardhan. Some of the wise people, they still objected that I think that this is a bad omen happening. Some had this thought, okay, let us do Indra Puja also and then Govardhan Puja. Let all parties satisfied. Sometimes devotee feel, right? We'll take shelter of Krishna, but for these things I don't want to lose on something. So if this Devata or this Shani Maharaj or this, I don't want this thing happening. So we'll do different kinds of pujas and this. And it is okay, I'm not denying the merit of that. But from the perspective of Prema Bhakti, the whole pastime is like that, right? Mera ashray lo, that is the whole point Krishna is trying to say. And when you ashray, mera ashray, matlab mera hi ashray. Very non-negotiating deal he has on the table. Many of our acharyas say about Krishna that he's, Bhaktisiddhanta says he's an envious God. Out of, in a loving way he says, envious God, मतलब मैं ही, मुझसे प्रेम किया ना तो मुझसे प्रेम किया, किसी और से है तो ठीक है, मुझसे बात मत। You love me 99% and you love me 99.99%, but you have 0.01 for others. Okay, we don't have anything to do with each other. If you have anything less than 100%, Hare Krishna, from a distance. Krishna acts like that. Then the whole material Prakriti is working and serving you in different ways. He will come only when the exclusive, that level has come. Still somehow they fully Krishna convinced, and then the Govardhan Puja happened. And I assume all of you already know the story. Indra got so upset, he started sending rains, harsh rains, so that the Govardhan mountain is pulverized. What a hate he had, just to bring down the ego of what? Of the Brajvasis. He is targeting whom? The Vaikuntha Pati has left Vaikuntha to personally experience some relations with some people. So that set of people are his personal chosen ones. Against them, Indra is thinking that I will target them to break their ego. And also this little boy, who is he? And how is he able to convince everybody? I have worked so many years to make a law and order. I have not been able to convince this guy. Just comes with an argument, the little boy, and brought about such a big change in the hundreds of years of tradition. And look at the situation, what happened. As rain started falling more and more, the most mystical of all Krishna's pastime, till that point, no one had seen except the young Gopas of Vrindavan, who were accompanying Krishna in the forest and playing. They had seen that this guy has some mystical abilities. Aghasur ka killing, Bakasur killing, Dhenukasur, Pralambasur, Krishna Balaram Deshur. They had some experience, but none of the Brajvasis ever believed them, because they thought, ये बच्चों की बात है, ये कि क्या करेगा 7 साल का बच्चा, 6 साल का, 5 साल का बच्चा. But they were okay. हाँ, बच्चे खुश हैं ना आपस में. जैसे you are happy ना with all the stories, or you don't take anything serious. आप लोग खुश हैं. Mother Yashoda had this complaint always. Whenever there would be a great attack on Vrindavan and Rishi Munis, the demons, and then after that Yashoda would perform those bad omen निकालने के लिए वो पूजा, विधि करो, यज्ञ को बुलाओ, पंडितों को बुलाओ, आचार्य को, इसके ऊपर विधि करो, बच्चे के ऊपर कुछ काला जादू हो रहा है. अरे यही काला जादू है. राक्षसों के ऊपर इन्होंने पूरा तबाही तो इन्होंने बनाया, लेकिन माँ को तो लगेगा ही नहीं, तो मेरा बच्चा है. So sometimes the Rishi Munis would come when they would see that Yashoda and they are all preparing for this. They would come. क्या कर रहे हो तुम? ये स्वयं नारायण है. And Yashoda would chastise those rishis. सारे भगवान मेरे ही घर में जन्म लेने हैं क्या? आप आइए आशीर्वाद दीजिए. Don't tell me philosophy. She could not accept that fact. बार-बार आ रहे नारायण है नारायण है. अरे यार तुम आशीर्वाद दो, फिलोसॉफी मत समझो. ये छोटा बच्चा है, क्या हुआ इसको? First time in front of the entire Brajvasis, the Brajamandal, all those devotees were there. Krishna lifted that grand Govardhan hill, and he walked right at the center of the hill, and then lifted it with the little finger of his left hand, and everybody was stunned. All the torrential rain which was pouring was shielded because of that Govardhan. All the Brajvasis got under the mountain, and now everyone is seeing that, oh, we have been hearing about Krishna, this, that. It's finally happened. Actually यही है. Lekin when they would look at Krishna, see, when you are looking at the hands, you are feeling, oh, great. But you look at his face, he's smiling. With his innocent blinking, they would say, "Arey nahi, ye possible." Then there is some phenomena which is happening. Maybe इनके ऊपर कृपा हो गई है. क्यों? Because Yashoda did a lot of prayers. In negative elements, there is some kind of mystical, some krupa, something is happening. They would feel like that. Our acharyas explain that the way Krishna did this pastime, at least with those gopi, among the gopas and the sakhas of Vrindavan, it was so sweet, enriching and mystifying in all formats, that even those who were under the Govardhan, they started feeling that, oh, we should now help Krishna to relieve his burden of the weight of Govardhan. So some of his sakhas said, you give the Govardhan to us. अभी बहुत हो गया, because they assume कि ये उठा सकते तो हम तो उठाएं. इसमें कौन सी बड़ी बात है? Who is he? And then also when they would go to play, sometimes they would lift Krishna on their backs. So if you can lift Krishna on the back and Krishna can lift Govardhan, then you can also lift. So the logic was very simple. So Krishna said, no, I cannot give you, because it will cost the lives of all the Brajvasis. They would remind him. I lifted 2 of you guys last week, this and that. Krishna said, that is different. This is something else. But still, out of their urge to serve him, just because he is mystical and he is powerful, they could have thought that, okay, nice, let us do bhajan kirtan or something like that. No, still at that point they thought that we should help him in some manner. So whatever sticks they had, they all put the sticks as a support. And they felt that if he is not giving over, then we will support through the stick. It's like that spider or that squirrel, putting that small pebble for Ram Setu. Just like that. They put these tall sticks. Now Krishna is feeling that this is a bit too much. अभी थोड़ा दिखाने का समय आ गया कि मेरे वजह से ही हो रहा है. He did not want to share that spot with them. So he slightly lowered his finger. What happened? The whole mountain shook, and all the sticks which were put in support, by pressure, they all broke. And then everybody, oh, yes, don't worry. and lifted it back in place. Some of our acharyas explain this pastime in a very beautiful way. They say that actually why did Krishna lower? Actually they say that he did not lower that. It was at that time. Now amongst all of the Brajvasis, he loved the mothers in Vatsalya Ras, the different ladies. He loved the sakhas, and there were the gopis with whom he would exchange the most intense of emotions. So amongst all of them, at one corner there was Radharani. So Krishna was holding everything. Naturally, like a lover wants to showcase himself to his beloved. So he looks with his cross-eyed. And there is Radharani also looking cross-eyed because you don't want to directly see him, no? They are stealing glances. So when Krishna he's smiling, dekha, finally. You don't listen to, because no, gopis also never took him seriously. Gopas at least knew that this guy is doing something. Gopis ko kuch pata hi nahi tha. वो तो प्रेम में ही थे. So Krishna, see all of these people who are telling you all the time, we should take them seriously. All my friends were telling right about me that I am great. That's what he was conveying to his eyes. Radharani also like acknowledging, अच्छा काम किया, okay. When Radharani saw Krishna blushed, and because of that blushing, he lost that composure for a moment. In love, you lose your mind for a split second, and this whole chaos happened. Everybody started shouting. Then he made it a point, I'm not going to look at Radharani now. So all this, despite chaos, because all of the Brajvasis, their consciousness was centered around Krishna, in the whole chaos of situation, all they experience is joy. Unending joy. So much that, although we were never part of that Govardhan Lila, 5,500 years later, we are relishing this even today. Isn't that wonderful? Shri Krishna Bhagwan ki Jai, Viraj Govardhan Maharaj ki Jai. So many such beautiful pastimes happen. Of course, in those 7 days, many things happen. We will not get into a lot of details. But for us to learn is this. Wherever there is chaos, there is the opportunity to give birth to Krishna. Krishna will appear there. Embrace the chaos. Don't run away from it. And when you have chaos, embrace Krishna even more tighter. Then you will experience him more beyond the satsang which we are having. Satsang is a joy, no doubt. But it is only in the battlefield where you will understand. Like this kind, Brajvasis had their own battlefield. Indra got so upset that he decided, I am going to pulverize this Govardhan. So he sent rains whose water droplets were of the size of the Samvartaka cloud. The Samvartaka clouds are those clouds which are sent during Pralaya, at the time of destruction. And the size of the water droplet is of the trunk of an elephant. Imagine, from 10,000 feet, if a trunk of an elephant size of water droplet falls. In India, during holy times, at least in the cities, they throw water balloons. And it's just coming from 10 or 20 feet. That also hurts. हम लोग second floor terrace पे से फेंकते थे तो भी वो लगता है वैसे वो आएगा तो हो गया complete. You'll go in Jala Samadhi instant. So those kind of clouds he sent. And look at the attitude of Krishna there. He is not wanting to respect the tantrums of Indra at that time. He decides that not a single grain of sand will get dislocated from Govardhan. There is a Samvartaka cloud and not a grain of sand. Not a single leaf fell from a tree. Not a single branch was uprooted. Not a single bud was dislocated. That was the level of fight he took up with Indra. And Indra exhausted all his mental, intellectual, physical capacities to deal with this little boy. And then suddenly he realized that actually, truly, this person is whom what we have been hearing all about, the avatar of Vishnu himself who has come. So Indra then comes down and takes, he falls at his feet, offers prayers. Indra's elephant, Airavat, he also offers prayer. No, Airavat was not at fault because वो तो बोल रहा मैं तो बेचारा. But he also offers prayer. Surabhi, the cow of Indra, through that Indra offers Abhishek to Krishna. So if you go to Govardhan Parikrama, you will see all those spots where Surabhi offered prayers, Indra offered prayers, and all those things are there. So this whole pastime of Govardhan Lila is nothing but the ability of devotees to take shelter of Krishna despite the chaos. The ability or the swabhav, the nature of Krishna to protect his devotees even when they would fall short of some traditions, if at all. As long as you fully take shelter of Krishna, you don't have to worry about this thing. We are not minimizing the importance of the traditions, but it should not be at the cost of prema bhakti. That the tradition becomes so important that you lost the purpose of the tradition itself. That is why I was reading this verse. Vasudeva para veda, Vasudeva para makha, Vasudeva para yoga, Vasudeva para kriya, Vasudeva param jnanam, Vasudeva param tapa, Vasudeva para dharmo, Vasudeva para gati. Make that as the goal of your life. That one object who is worthy, and he will drive you mad enough that you find your life fulfilling despite all chaos. If you don't get that one object, you get everything else in this world, you will find your life dry. Why people are coming to satsang? Because although when they have accomplished some things in life, some emptiness is still felt. वो emptiness पूरा करने के लिए लोग शराब पीते हैं. Every weekend movie देख, जो ये सब वो emptiness fill करने के लिए ही है. The incessant consumption of Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, gossip is nothing but filling that void in your heart. So Bhagavatam is giving a great shout. Your soul is shouting for something worthy. Don't fill it with crap. Fill it with something wholesome. And then that vacuum is taken care of. Shri Krishna Bhagwan ki Jai. Raj Govardhan ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
His Grace Jagannath Priya Prabhu ki
Jai.